time to lock in. HBCU overdrive where the conversation starts and wins. Every week we break it down, every headline, every play. Giving flowers to the legends while the future finds its way. HBCU Saturday, they got the fans glued to the screen. HBCU tonight with Doc Holliday. Keep it clean from the some swag to the MEAC. Every story get respect. SIAC, CIAA, independent, never left. Tailgates, band battles, coaches talking X's and O's. Players chasing greatness while the culture only grows. Jackson State, I love, we shine over every school. If it's HBCU business, then you know that's what we do. No gossip, just a fact with a southern state of mind. Real voices, real moments, every episode designed. This our sports, this our culture, this our legacy alive. Turn it up and ride with us. HBCU overdrive, 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 overdrive. HBCU overdrive, overdrive, HBCU overdrive, overdrive, HBCU overdrive, 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 overdrive. HBCU overdrive, 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 overdrive.
Woo, what's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing on this Friday evening? It's your boy Doc Holliday. We are back again with another HBCU tonight. Always powered by HBCU Overdrive. Make sure that you like the stream. Make sure that you comment, share. But most of all, make sure you subscribe to the channel and get everything that you need. HBCU Overdrive. And if you're watching on Twitter, make sure you hit that follow button on the Twitter spot. And come on over to the YouTube side and hit that subscribe button. So we are here. Oh my goodness. I've been off all day. I've been napping all day. I have been just watching TV, but mostly napping because that's all I've been doing for the whole day. What's going on, Quay? Oh my goodness. I've been napping all day. We ain't got to that part yet, but whenever it comes around, I don't think we have it. Look. I'm off. I'm sorry. I can't help it on a Friday. I cannot help it. But nah, man, I just one of the weeks where I've had doctor's appointment on top of a doctor's appointment, on top of another doctor's appointment, and either going to work late, going to work early. It's just it. What's up, Square Man? What's happening? I see your light shining. I see the light shining. But now, man, just going doctors at the doctor. Yes, sir. DLW checking in already. We here. You know what I'm saying? I'm live in my house, my apartment in Irving, Texas. But just make sure that the check engine light, everything's good, that my check engine light don't have to worry about go off. So I'm good. But I know I got to be at work early in the morning on tomorrow. But I did ask for Sunday off And then I know I got another doctor's appointment on Monday. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are playing right now. Oh, snap. Come on. Come on. Come on, Wings. Down by 6. Bam. Already. Yeah, look, man. I'm over here off of Luke 12 and 183, man. So that's what I'm closer to. I'm over here about where old Texas Stadium used to be at. But yeah, it is July 31st, the last day of July on a Friday. First and foremost, let me get this out the way. I want to give a shout out to my nephew, my oldest nephew, Jeremiah. His birthday is today. My man turned 25 today. He turned 25. So I just want to say happy birthday to my nephew. I know I know once he get off of work, he gonna go out and have a good time. And make sure he have a good time. Either that or stay at the house. Ain't nothing telling what he gonna do. But my nephew turned 25 today. I feel old now. I feel old, man. But go ahead and get into these prelims before we get into the heart of today's discussion. That's part of my discussion. Because that's one thing I'm gonna talk about. There's one thing I'm talking about, man. I never shy away because that is a big deal. That's big news right there. That is big news. So I just, that's something that I want to go ahead and address. In fact, let's go ahead and get that addressed right now. Well, before we get that addressed, let me So before we get that addressed, I want to go ahead and hit this good commercial break. We'll be right back. And we'll be right back in just a second, y'all. Appreciate your time. It's your boy, Doc Holiday. Become a subscriber on HBCU Overdrive on YouTube, and you can follow me on all social media platforms at HBCU_Overdrive on Twitter and Instagram. You can catch me on TikTok at Holiday1925 and on Facebook under my real name, David E. Smith Douglas. Also, when you become an exclusive family member, you get all the membership perks. You get all the exclusive members only videos, early access to new videos, member shout outs, and members only live chats, And also, you can get birthday shout outs on here and win member when you becoming a subscriber. You can also hit the donation to the Cash App at HBCU Overdrive. You can hit the PayPal, David Smith 1925, and you can hit the Zelle, David E. Smith 30 at gmail.com. Remember, all proceeds go towards the channel, not the pocket. All right, we are back, man. First and foremost, let's go ahead and let's get the rapping about what's going on down there in Huntsville, Alabama. Let me go ahead and get, if I can find it. Yeah. So yeah, let me go ahead and let's talk about this. What's going on in Huntsville, Alabama? So this is from Alabama A&M. This is from Alabama A&M. So Alabama A&M Athletics to announce landmark corporate partnership. Alabama A&M University Athletics will host a special media event on Friday, July 31st, which was today, to announce a significant new corporate partnership that will further enhance the future of Bulldog Athletics. Members of the media are invited to attend the announcement, which will feature remarks from Alabama A&M University and athletics leadership, along with representatives from the new corporate partner. So that was this morning at 11 o'clock. So this is something new in the game right now. Alabama A&M Athletics have are the very first HBCU with a sponsorship jersey patch. They are signing with Omni 2 Max. I think this, I don't say I think, but I feel like this can be this is monumental. It you know, I want to say it's on the same level as what we see with certain schools on the Power 5 level, but this is a monumental occasion for the fact that they have excuse me, additional revenue coming from a corporate sponsorship. So so let's see. Go ahead. This is from, let's see, let me get with Kyle Mosley. So so this is the first, so Alabama A&M becomes the first HBCU football program with a corporate jersey patch sponsor partnership, creating a new blueprint for athletic revenue. Let's see. So A&M became the first HBCU football program to secure a corporate jersey patch partnership Friday, announcing a new agreement with San Diego-based Omni 2 Max Incorporated that will place the company's logo on Bulldogs uniforms beginning with the 2026 football season. While Power 4 conferences have dominated headlines with multi-million-dollar jersey sponsorships, Alabama A&M's agreement represents a different kind of milestone, one built around workforce development, engineering talent, and long-term corporate partnerships rather than television reach alone. This is a historic moment for Alabama A&M University, our football program, and HBCU athletics. The director of athletics, Dr. Paul A. Bryan, said, "We are proud to welcome Omni 2 Max as our inaugural football jersey patch partner." This agreement reflects the innovative direction of our athletics department and the tremendous value of the Alabama A&M brand. Omni2 Max shares our commitment to excellence, leadership, and creating opportunities, making the company an ideal partner for Bulldog Athletics. For Alabama A&M football, the partnership establishes the Bulldogs as the first HBCU to capitalize on one of college athletics' newest sponsorship opportunities, the jersey patch, while creating a potential blueprint for programs across the Southwestern Athletic Conference and the broader HBCU landscape. The opportunity emerged after NCAA Division I leaders approved commercial uniform patches on January 23rd, allowing programs to display up to 2 corporate logos measuring no more than 4 square inches during regular season competition. The legislation applied equally to football's bowl FBS and FCS programs, giving schools like Alabama A&M the same ability to monetize uniform space as college football's biggest brands. Within months, more than 25 Division I institutions had announced jersey patch partnerships. The first wave of agreements, however, revealed that college football's newest sponsorship category has evolved into 2 distinctly different markets. At the top of the marketplace, college football's traditional powers are selling national media exposure. Notre Dame inked a 6-year partnership with SoFi, reportedly valued between $18 million to $20 million annually. Ohio State followed with JP Morgan Chase agreement, reportedly worth nearly $17 million per year across all 36 varsity sports. Illinois secured approximately $6 million annually from Busey Bank, while Michigan State agreed to a 10-year partnership value at roughly $40 million. The Big 12 also entered the market collectively, selling conference-wide jersey patch rights to Monster Energy in a deal estimated to return approximately $1 million per member institution. Those agreements demonstrate the premium attached to national television reach and massive fan bases. Terms of Alabama A&M's agreement with Omni2 Max were not disclosed, and the Bulldogs were never expected to compete financially with Power 4 institutions. Instead, the closest comparison comes from the FCS level, where North Dakota State recently announced a jersey patch partnership with Gate City Bank without disclosing financial terms. At this level of college football, the exact dollar amount is often less significant than the strategic value of the partnership. For Alabama A&M, the inventory being sold is far from insignificant. The SWAC has led the FCS in average football attendance during the 47 of the past 48 seasons, while drawing more than 800,000 fans in 2025. Alabama A&M's annual Magic City Classic matchup against Alabama State regularly attracts crowds exceeding 60,000 people at Birmingham's Legion Field, making it one of the best attended games in the subdivision. SWAC Commissioner Dr. Charles McClellan is providing the conference with media exposure via MMC deal, which will expand the league. The league recently signed a new television agreement with ESPN that runs through the 2030-31 academic year, with more than 360 events annually distributed across ESPN platforms and HBCU Go. That means that Alabama A&M football jersey is far more than local advertising inventory. It's national and at times international. I mean, yeah, they the first. You cannot take that away from them. So, the most important business element of A&M's announcement isn't the jersey patch itself, it's the identity of the buyer. Unlike consumer-facing brands such as SoFi or JP Morgan Chase, Omni2 Max operates in a different marketplace. The San Diego-based company is a privately held professional technical services firm specializing in cybersecurity, information technology, engineering, logistics, and program management. It is certified as both a minority-owned business and a service-disabled veteran-owned small business under the U.S. Small Business Administration's 8A program. That's dope right there. So first of all, it's owned by a minority, so mainly it's basically owned by a black person, and then or it's Hispanic. Don't know, but they don't say that the minority, but it's owned by a minority owner, and it's a small business, but it's a disabled veteran owned small business. There's nothing. I mean, I cannot take any. I can't say anything bad about this. I can't say anything bad about this. Um, President and CEO Dr. Alan F. Maxwell, a retired U.S. Navy officer with 36 years of combined federal service, oversees a company whose client base includes federal agencies and defense-related organizations. Companies like Omni2 Max are not purchasing jersey space to build consumer brand awareness. They are investing in access to engineering talent, workforce development, and long-term relationships with one of the nation's premier HBCUs. The distinction changes the entire conversation for HBCU and FCS programs. In October 2025, Omni2 Max representatives visited Alabama A&M's College of Engineering, Technology, and Physical Sciences to discuss research collaboration, STEM education, and workforce development initiatives. What up, though? Viewed through the lens, the jersey patch becomes a public face of a much broader strategic investment. Omni2 Max is honored to make history alongside Alabama A&M University. This partnership extends beyond the placement of our logo on the football jersey. It represents our investment in a distinguished institution, its student athletes, and the next generation of leaders. We are excited to support Bulldog athletics, and build a relationship that carries a lasting impact on the university and its community. So my whole thing is, this is dope. This is dope. This is dope. Like, to be to $250,000 sponsorship from small business, and and if you really think about it, just like the Crook said, and then, I mean, I know Crook might be trolling, but I think he being real. I mean, it just take one to start something, and I think starting something. So, like, when you look at certain programs in the SWAC, as far as for football, I would say, like, let me put it into like perspective for Jackson State, right? I would say somebody like a entity can let us use their likeness. I mean, would pay us for their likeness to advertise a patch on the uniform for football at an undisclosed price. I mean, that's something that I feel like that could happen with Jackson State. Maybe Trustmark, maybe Regis. I don't know what about with Southern or with Grambling. I mean, with Prairie View or Texas Southern, like, I mean, like Exxon. I mean, y'all got Exxon down there in Baton Rouge. I mean, hell, Texas Southern plays. I mean, whenever they get their stadium issue, and their AD issue rectified. I mean, they could have partnership with Shell Energy, but something like this is a something like this is very monumental. And then on top of the revenue that you get from what up what's up, cuz? On top of the revenue that you'll get from your media deal, with Swag, with ESPN and with HBCU Go, uh, on top of any other corporate sponsorships, but just having that jersey patch and say to get $250,000 every year, that's extra money going into your football program. Um, Maybe you can sign for maybe like a 3, 4, or maybe a $5 million deal to stretch across your whole athletic, your whole athletic program. I think um, it does wonders. Like if you watch sports now, like if you're watching the WNBA, um, like they don't have patches, they have sponsorships written across, on in the front of their jerseys. I know with the Dallas Wings, one of the biggest sponsorships that they have is with CVS. I so happen to work for CVS. Um, in return, CVS gives them a percentage. Give I don't know how much they get, but I know they get them some sort of compensation for them to broadcast, to advertise on the front of the jerseys. You see it with, of course, you see it with soccer. You see it with Major League Soccer. You see it over, you see it across, over in Europe in the UEFA. You see it in the Champions League. You see it in the La Liga, where they have corporate sponsorships on their uniforms. Like we've seen it with the NBA. The NBA, certain teams have sponsorships. They have corporate sponsorships where they have the patch on the, right above maybe the NBA logo. But I think it's a good situation to have. And like again, it's extra money. It's extra funded. One thing Alabama A&M ain't gonna say is we ain't broke, and that money can go towards for, like I said, with the football program, and it is a smart move. It is a very, very smart move. What's going on, Mr. Ford?
Hey, Doc, what going on, man? You doing all right?
I'm doing good. It's Friday.
Yeah, I was thinking about you today, man. They did a comparison today of the Houston Astros against the Texas Rangers, and I was thinking about you. I said, them is boys right there."
I
Yeah.
told you.
Uh,
I stopped being a Rangers fan like that when they disrespected Nolan Ryan.
oh yeah, man. You boy, listen. Yeah, he was something else, man. Wasn't that what Zach said right there? He said, "In fact, more teams haven't stole field sponsorship either is shocking."
Leaving money on the
Oh
table.
yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So we
Yeah.
talking about what Alabama A&M did today, signing with
Yeah.
almost like it's almost like a STEM, where they do STEM research.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, they call Huntsville, the city of what is it? The city of engineers, because you know
Yeah.
they got NASA there, and really, to be honest with you, I think more than programs in Huntsville should invest in that program.
Mm-hmm.
That program can really blow up, man. It can really blow up.
And to get $250,000 every from this company almost every year, I think it's good.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
I think it's a good thing to have, and I think almost every school in the SWAC should have it.
Yeah. Now all I want now is can Alabama A&M win 9 ball games, at least 9. Because you know what, I want to see, can they be in the top? It's 12 teams in the SWAC. Can Alabama A&M be in the top 5? Blue, what you got on that? What you think of Alabama A&M? Can they get 9 wins? What you think?
Another thing that just came out. This is from the NCAA. Just came out about maybe an hour or two ago. So, a U.S. district judge in Colorado has granted a class-wide preliminary injunction that requires the NCAA to declare all class of 2022 athletes eligible for a 5th year of eligibility.
Okay, so that came out today?
It came out about an hour or two ago.
Okay.
It just came about an hour or two ago. This is this is something that's going to happen. So anybody who came in 2022 as either a high school student, or mostly it's going to be high school,
right?
You have that extra. Now you got an extra year, because why? I think they doing the 5-year rule. I think it's on with the 5-year rule now, because now you don't. It eliminates having a red shirt season. Once you step foot on campus, you participate in, I guess, in athletic practice or something like that. That clock starts running.
Right. So we won't have nobody else playing 7 and 8 years, huh?
Right. Is to eliminate the 7 or 8 year players. Because once that 5 years is up, that's it. Now, we don't know within those 5 years. Let's just say a player gets hurt, they get injured, they miss a whole season. Does it? Will they be granted a medical year? You know what I'm saying? Will they be granted a medical year for them to actually compete? Because it happens. Injuries happen. Well,
I guess the last few years the NCAA been losing every court case, and when it came to the Power 4 and Power 5, they didn't have no teeth. Now you see they came down on Alabama State because they can do that. But I guess this is, what Nick Saban then was trying to say was that coaches had lost control of college football. And that, that's why he ran to Donald Trump. And they came up with the 5 for 5 thing, trying to get control. So I guess this is another way of, empowering the coaches, because what they were against was players in a 5-year span playing for 3 and 4 schools. Almost every year they jumping from school to school.
Yeah. Well, this is the start this is the start of the 5 for 5. You got 5 years, you get 5 years. That means that you can go to school for your 4 years or maybe 3 years. You graduate 3 years and you still got 2 years left. You still got 2 years remaining. You go to You do your grad time, and hey,
I still think this is good for us for HBCUs. I think that we gonna get it. I mean, we getting some top notch kids. You know, in the last 4 to 5 years, we've been really getting some kids that we haven't been able to touch in the last 30 or 40 years, probably since the 80s. And I think this is gonna help us. I think, you know, we gonna get a better, we getting a good kid now. Like I always tell people, at one time we was getting a third and a fourth string in the SWAC.
right.
We you can say we up to a second stringer. And with this new ruling, we could. Now, I don't know about the top 100, but I could see kids who are in the top 300 and not be what they projected them to be show up at HBC campuses. I could see that coming.
I think I can see that. I can.
Yeah.
I can
Yeah,
picture that.
I do too, Doc. Listen, every year I tell them the last, I would say, now what year, what was not the, let me say that, not the spring year that Dion had, but Shadua's freshman year. What year was that?
That was fall 2021, the fall year.
Okay. So what we've seen in HBCU football across the board, we've seen growth in the quality of players that we're getting. We're getting a top-notch football player. Like I said, now, I'm not going to go as far as saying we getting that draft choice, you know, the kid that the pro scout's going to come to your campus and want him and tell you that we're going to draft him. I don't know we there. I don't think we're there yet. But we are getting a kid that can go to the NFL or the CFL as a free agent or that, you know. Like, to me, I'm not going to say we back to the 70s, Doc, because in the 70s, if you go back and look at the NFL draft in the 70s, they were drafting players in the 70s from all of the HBCUs, whether they were what we call Division I or Division II, okay?
Right.
And so that's why I don't say we back to the 70s. To me, we kind of like back to the 80s. You know, we had a kind of like a drop-off as far as people getting drafted in the 80s, but we were getting a few drafted, but not like the 70s, because in the 70s, we was getting a lot of people drafted, you know. Yeah.
So, like a player like, I mean, with Andrew, he been in school since 2021, so this would be his, technically, this would be his 6th year, but playing wise, this will be his 4th year.
Right, because remember, he I mean, early on, he was beset with injuries.
Right.
Really, last year was his breakout year. I mean, you know, I take that back. His freshman year, when he almost got them in, he got Texas Southern in that Celebration Bowl. He got hurt. But last year, I thought was just a super year, man. I thought that his play last year was historical. I really did. And to be honest with you, I think it's going to be even better this year.
Yep. So we shall see. Now let's see. The SWAC has basically Dr. Grant. I mean, Mr. Grant has announced the next 3 games for the MEAC SWAC Challenge. So again,
yeah, I did see that. Yeah.
So this year is Alabama A&M versus Howard. Next year is Morgan State versus Alabama State.
Okay.
2028 would be Jackson State versus Norfolk State.
Right.
And 2029 would be South Carolina State versus Alcorn.
Okay.
So we got those 3 games right there.
Yeah,
I don't even know. Has Mississippi Valley been in the MEAC SWAC Challenge? I don't think they have.
I think they had, yeah. Remember they played FAMU in Orlando.
They FAMU. Sure did.
Okay,
I remember that in
Yeah,
Atlanta.
yeah. But
They sure did.
those are intersectional games you called out. Those are some good games.
Because Terrence Graves was assistant at Valley during that time.
Yeah, but those are some good games that you called out. All of those are games I would love to see. Those games are going to be highly competitive.
Had Pine Bluff played in it before?
Now that's a question we'd have to put it in the chat and see if they. I don't remember Pine Bluff being. I might be wrong. I don't remember Pine Bluff being in it.
No. We got a question for you, Mr. Ford.
What they got? What they saying?
Mr. Quay asks, "Who's winning the SWAC this year?"
Listen, man. Listen. This is what I'm telling everybody. We had the conversation this day. I think it's 3 teams gonna fight for that SWAC. It's gonna be Prairie View, Jackson, and Alabama State. And I think that they are tier 1. They're tier 1 of the SWAC. Those 3 right there. And that's what I'm saying. I'm hoping that right now we got in the tier 1, we got 3 teams. I want to see 2 more teams in there. And I'm hoping that one of those teams could be Alabama A&M. Because I think we should have a top 5. Right now we got a top 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. She asked you who is going to win the East.
Oh, the East is going to be a dogfight now. The East, you got Jackson State. You got
Jackson State.
Alabama State, baby. Them 2 right there. That's going to be ugly. That's going to be cats and dogs, bro. If you ain't got no heart, don't fool with that right there. Oh, baby, they going at it. Yeah, they going. But I'm gonna tell you, the last 3 encounters between Jackson State and Alabama State, that's been a dogfight, man. That goes back to that game when Shadua's sophomore year, when they had to encounter after the game, and he said that Dion wasn't SWAC.
You ain't SWAC.
Listen, that game, that's been a very rough game, man.
That was in 2022.
That game itself, that was the Shadua's sophomore year. That game was a dogfight. That game set a record at New Hornet Stadium for attendance. Now later on, FAMU broke that. FAMU broke that
Alabama
record.
State's homecoming. Yeah,
that was Alabama State's homecoming that year.
Yeah,
that was Eddie. That was E-Rob's first year.
That was
a dogfight. That was a dogfight, bro.
It sure was. That was a defensive battle.
Yeah, that was a dogfight. But every one of those games since that game has been a dogfight. Because I still say that homecoming game that Jackson had last year, that was the most exciting and the best HBCU game that we saw last year. It was not that. The second best game was that Celebration Bowl. The best game of the season was Jackson State's homecoming last year. And kudos for Jackson State for making Alabama State instead of making one of them cupcakes they homecoming. So that took a lot of guts on Jackson State's part to do that.
My father watched it as well. And he talked about it. He said, man, that was a great ball game.
Yeah, so see what else we got right here. Looking at my little Twitter feed because looking at my.
You see, I'm a different spot this time, Doc. I'm here in the den, and just sitting right here. My mother's asleep right now. She's celebrating her 80th birthday today.
Tell her happy birthday.
I sure will.
Yeah, tell her happy birthday.
I'm glad
now you think your mother graduated from Grambling?
Yes, in 1968.
Okay, 68.
Yeah, came out in 1968. Yeah,
so she was there with Shaq Harris. She was there with Shaq.
Yeah, she was there with Shaq Harris and Charlie Joyner. They were all there in school. My mother was ahead of them in school. Yeah. They were all there.
Oh yeah.
And what's his name? What's his name? One from Henry Dyer. They went to school together. They had a class together.
I remember him.
They were in school. They had a class together. Mom talked about that. Yeah.
Was your mom in school with Frank Cornish?
Yeah, they were all there. Frank Cornish was there.
Yeah. Frank had a son played for UCLA, I think.
UCLA and the Dallas Cowboys. He passed. I think he passed away.
The dad or the son?
The son.
The son passed away?
I think the son passed by Stan. Don't quote me on that. I think his son passed away. He played on the Cowboys
I
Super
remember.
Bowl championship team. Yeah.
I know he played for UCLA too.
Yeah, played for UCLA. You know, Frank Cornish, the father was from New Orleans, played at George Washington Carver High School in New Orleans, Marshall Falk School, the orange and green Rams, same colors as FAMU, Doc, in the 9th Ward of New Orleans. That's why Marshall Falk went to school.
Well,
I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, you good. I've been looking at all the beef between Prairie View and whoever is in their path. And I'm gonna have to say this. For the folks at Prairie View, you don't have to tear nobody's program down just to make yourself look better than anybody else. We know that y'all won the SWAC last year. We knew that you went to the Celebration Bowl, but did you get it done? No. We knew that Jackson State, when we went to the Celebration Bowl the first time, we did not get it done. We got beat down by South Carolina State that first time. That was Buddy Pugh's last year. We knew the second time we went to the Celebration Bowl, we was in the dog fight with North Carolina Central. I mean,
man,
it is what it is. But
that's when they had what's that guy's name? Collier, running back. Yeah.
Dude, come on now. Don't have to sit there and bash a program just because it was Buddy Pugh last year. But you don't have to sit bash a program or just to make yourself put yourself there on a pedestal. Nah, we don't do that. That's it.
Hey, you know what? You know who's acting crazy like that, Doc? I'm not taking off the HBCU thing, but found he's doing it, and you know they won the national championship, and you know what kind of program they were. He said Kirk Signetti talking stuff about the Big Ten being the top conference in college football. I said, wait a minute, you won that national championship. I know Ohio State and Michigan won, but don't get full of yourself, Coach.
That's what he's talking about, the last three. But that guy, that Kirk Signetti, he's so paternal. That guy's good, man.
Yeah, he's a great coach. I've been from James Madison. Yeah.
So Blue just posted.
That's what's happening with Prairie View. Got to get.
Blue just put in the chat that the Big Ten just flipped their vote for the same College Sports Act. The SEC is meeting right now. If they flip their vote, that bill is going to go through tonight.
Okay.
But I know a lot of people Prairie View. I know people are getting kind of. But I know Lionel's happy. He and Fed are happy about what's going on. But people are feeling the way about them. Yes.
I don't think. Chris. Kirk Signetti was not wrong for what he said.
They've won the last three national championships, right?
Right.
Yeah, because it's been Michigan, Ohio State, and now Indiana. Yeah.
Indiana.
And who would ever imagine Indiana?
You know what's happening? You two and the listening viewing audience. It's in this age of NIL. The SEC doesn't know how to navigate through NIL. The Big Ten knows how to do it. That's why I'm looking at it from that standpoint.
But now, one of the things with what's going on in the SEC is that Doc's homeboys is letting the conference down. That being the Longhorns and the what they call them, the Aggies.
Oh, the Aggies, yeah.
Texas.
Let me tell you something. Ain't nobody got the kind of money Texas or Texas A&M got. They should be winning the national championship every year.
Nah, they my homeboys.
Yeah, them Texas folk, if your home folk, they the ones underachieving.
Just like the people, my being from Louisiana, they started talking about LSU and all that. I said, I didn't go to LSU. I said, I know some people that went to LSU. I said, but I'm not. They think automatically I know everything. All LSU. I'm like, no. I watched them, but I'm like, no.
Yeah, but A&M is underachieving. All that money, y'all got that all money at that A&M. They should be dominating college football. We ain't gonna even talk about the kind of money they got in Austin. And they ain't that. Listen, I'm gonna tell you something. If Sarkisian don't win that thing this year, that seat gonna get hot, man. That seat gonna get hot.
Yeah. They don't play. Yeah.
He got to win this year.
What's going to
You know,
happen with what are you talking? I wonder what's going to happen with that Texas Southern situation, man. That's a strange
Nothing. They're gonna
situation.
keep on being nothing. They're gonna be nothing and keep on being nothing. They ain't named they don't have a permanent AD. Didn't name a college men's basketball coach yet. They gonna be
And I
nothing.
noticed that. I
They gonna,
noticed that. That's
I
why I
don't
asked
see
that
why people even
question.
take them jobs out there.
That's why I asked that question because yeah,
I
because
listen.
that's
I
strange.
keep telling y'all, go back and listen to the interview with Mr. Campbell. It was on that guy Rocky. He had a
Oh yeah.
show. He had Mr. Campbell and he had that guy from Sports
Chris Dishman.
Illustrated. No, he's from
Oh,
Sports
talking about
Illustrated.
you talking about
Mosley.
Kyle Mosley.
Yeah,
Cal
man, it
Mosley.
was a
Yeah, he's
great
from New
interview,
Orleans.
man. Yeah, Cal
Yeah, from New
Mosley did a
Orleans.
great job. He exposed what's wrong with Texas Southern athletics, and it's not about them teams. It's about that board, and then it goes all the way to the Texas governor's mansion. But I'm
Yeah,
telling all
because
y'all, go
the
back
governor put him.
and
The
listen
governor
to
put
that
those people in
interview.
place. Yeah, Cal Mosley's from New Orleans. He's a Morehouse
Yeah,
man.
yeah. But he did a great job in exposing what's going on in Texas. Like I say, anybody that take them Texas Southern jobs, you crazy. Let them folks
Yeah.
alone.
man, look, that was another thing I had, I was still thinking about, and like even with Texas Southern, what we was talking just earlier, talking about the sponsorship that A&M football just got. Like they could have partnered with Shell Energy. You play at Shell Stadium, Shell Energy. Put it
Yeah.
on you. Put a patch right there on your jersey. You get some extra
Yeah.
money right there. But
You're
like
right,
this
Doc.
boy said, you can't do nothing because you ain't got you don't have a permanent AD. Your board of regents is pretty much
It's
trash.
trash.
and
It's
like I
trash.
said, it goes all the way to
The
the
governor's
government.
mansion.
And so yeah,
Man,
I don't
that
they is I don't know, man. I don't
you know
know.
who I raised that question to about the oil talking about the oil industry down there. That was when Tony Clayton was a guest on Jaguar Journal. And Perry opened up the lines, let people call in. I got a chance to ask Tony Clayton a question. I said, Attorney Clayton, I was asking a question. I said, in this age of NIL, have you all reached out to any of those oil companies down there? And he said, yeah, that's a great question, Chuck. He said, thinking about that. Yeah, because we're in that, this age, and he's looking at it from that standpoint. That's why he started talking about naming rights and all those type things. That was great. I got a chance to ask him a question.
But those oil wells off of New Orleans, those oil wells are federal land. That's
Yeah.
controlled by the federal government.
Yeah.
Actually, that doesn't belong to the people of Louisiana.
Yeah,
So,
I know it's a lot of I think back to all this stuff with Cheney and all the thing about how they outsource things and all that. Yeah, you're right, Mr. Ford.
what's up, Mr. Campbell? What's going on? Let me bring you up here, man.
Oh, that Stephen Campbell, Mr. Campbell.
Yeah, let's go on and get Campbell up here. Where you
Yeah,
at?
I hadn't talked to him in a while.
But I just look at it like this. There's so much that's going on at their school, and then they're deciding, they got a master plan to actually upgrade, build new facilities and everything for the university, which I still think that is a good thing, because now that can actually, build a new, get new buildings, get new dorms. That actually can increase your enrollment right there. Now Texas Southern can get up to close. Maybe they can get up to that 10,000 mark.
Yeah,
That preview is at. Yeah,
it's not a bad looking campus. I've been around Texas Southern University Houston campus, and it's not a bad looking campus. And yeah, it's just neat.
No, it don't have nothing to do with how it looks. The problem at Texas Southern is
the
that
leadership.
the people in power are
The ones in
purposely
the position.
underdeveloping that school. They
That's what's
doing
happening.
Texas Southern like they used to do them countries in Africa. They suppressing and oppressing them. That's what they're
That's what's
doing.
happening.
You're in the
That's what I
fourth
was saying.
largest city in America.
Yeah, man.
You
Down
should
there.
dominate. Listen, you should dominate black college sport, Texas Southern.
Yeah.
You in Houston.
And
Okay.
you say,
But the
yeah.
problem is that school is kept in turmoil and in confusion and chaos by them people and from Governor Abbott on down. That board, listen, like they said on that show, if you watch it, what the people on Harvard on Texas Southern's board for?
Yeah,
They
they
don't
have a
give
lot
a
of Ivy
damn
League
about
people on that
Texas
board.
Southern.
I watched that, and I noticed that. I saw the pictures of them. They put it up on the screen. And that's why I said, oh, yeah, they have a lot of Ivy League. I see one was from the graduate university. I mean, the U.S. Military Academy in West Point, and yeah, they don't. Only one person on there is a Texas Southern alumnus on that board.
Listen, the last time we had a person from that so-called white power structure, do y'all remember General Beckton and what he did to Prairie View Sports?
Beckton.
You
Yeah,
remember
I know
General
Beckton?
Beckton?
Julius Beckton.
He destroyed Prairie View athletics.
Yeah, he was a general.
You remember him? And then
Yeah, I remember General Julius
let me
Beckton.
say this.
Yeah.
Let me say this. After he left Prairie View, he went on up to DC and helped to destroy the DC public school system.
Was
Yeah, I
that
remember
the
him.
time? Was that the time when Prairie View didn't have no scholarships for football?
He cut. Remember, he cut.
Beckton was the
The only
president during
thing
the
he
time.
allowed to exist really was the Miss Jackett's program, that track and field.
Barbara Jacket.
Barbara Jacket, and it was another sport. But he really did. He did football in, and I think he did basketball in.
Basketball was not doing great.
But
And
he was acting on behalf of the white power structure in Texas. General Julius Beckton. You just listen. I think he's deceased now. Look at what he did when he left Prairie View. They put him as superintendent of school in Washington, D.C., and he helped destroy that too.
Did. I remember when he went up there to D.C. He was superintendent of schools up there. Yeah, I remember General Beckton. Because he was on up in years during that time, yeah. And back when they were doing all that stuff, was going with that football program with no scholarships. Yeah, General Beckton was president.
Boy, look.
How's it going, Campbell?
Well, listen, you know what? My guy, Mr. Ford, I don't get to talk to him. I get to hear him.
Hey, man.
Want to tell him how much I appreciate
Campbell?
him listening.
Oh, yeah.
I think we did do a good job because a lot of people were talking about.
You also do a great job, Campbell.
And the thing of what I wanted to do, and Mr. Ford hit it right on the head, we wanted to get Kyle because Kyle wrote the article. And that's what a lot of people, they thought they knew, they didn't know. I said, Rocky, no, let's get Kyle on to talk about. And my biggest thing, and Mr. Ford hit it right on the head, you can't have, 8 people and only one person, a Texas Southern alum, and the rest of them all Harvard Republican, don't care about HBCU. That's just unacceptable.
You put the picture up and I saw that. I said, man.
Listen, they treating Texas Southern like it's a colony. That's what they doing.
So there's no way that they have the best interest in Texas Southern.
Right.
And like I said, we don't have a great board. At least most of the people at the board actually went to FAMU. And you can have that discussion. But there's no way you can have a discussion with people that don't know the history of that university and what it means for Houston and why it's actually sitting there for a reason. It's sitting there for a reason. It didn't just get built there and all there. So if you don't even understand why Texas Southern is actually sitting right there, then you already are lost. So, but the bigger thing with that whole story, why we wanted Kyle on, because it was a lot of not understanding the timeline of why we got to where we're at today with Texas Southern playing all over the city of Houston, which shouldn't have happened anyway.
Should not have happened. You're right, Campbell.
So yeah, like I said, if you want to make that drive from Third Ward all the way to Aldine, which is going right before you get to the Beltway, you go right ahead.
18 miles?
It's 25. It's 18 miles, but when you factor in Houston traffic, it feels like an hour.
Yeah, man.
But we let Mr. Campbell go. Mr. Campbell, can Sam Shade win 9 games this year?
Uh-oh.
Well, here's the funny thing. We had Sam Shade on Wednesday, HBCU Coach's Corner.
Right.
Coach Johnny called. And we actually looked at the schedule. And Mr. Ford, you know how things are. We don't live in a perfect world. In a perfect world, if everything went right, because majority of his games are in the state of Alabama, that he needs to win, he could, but it's not going to happen. He's not going to beat Jackson State. I'll tell you one thing. Now, here's what you're going to know about. You're going to know about their season right after, because if they don't go in that game to FAMU 4-0, then their season already over with.
Okay.
If they can beat FAMU, then it's game on. But right after that, that's when they get those head knocks. They get Jackson State, they get Prairie View, they get Alabama State, they get Grambling.
Oh,
maybe they'll get Prairie View. I gotta look at that again. But I know they get Grambling, Jackson State, and Alabama State all back to back to back. And I think Prairie View is in there too. So
let me ask Mr. Campbell this other. You know, I got to ask Mr. Campbell this. Now, Mr. Campbell, now you know, for me, and I'm not a fan of his, but I used to be a high school coach. I tell everybody now, we might not like him, but I think that Tremaine Jackson is a dominant coach, man. I think he got that Bear Bryant kind of shit in him. What's your thoughts on that? Now, I know we don't like him, but I think that guy can dominate the SWAC for years to come. What's your thoughts on that?
So just before I gotta say one thing. You got that whole PV12 +1 on your neck, man. I heard they was trying to get over there with you. Timoni, she wouldn't let them on. I can say maybe they did, but they chased you already down over here on Doc's show to try to get at you, man. But you done did enough people.
I don't know.
I'm sitting up there, you know, we had T-Jack on, and, you know, next thing I know, they say, hey, man, Mr. Ford don't like Tremaine Jackson. I said, did y'all actually listen to what he said? And I saw said that to try to track you down to set you straight.
But listen, I think the world of him, man. Now, I'm going to tell you what he pissed me off with. He said after the Celebration Bowl that Black college athletics was wearing the same helmet and that we wore different uniforms. And it pissed me off. And let me tell you why. I've been watching Black college football since the early 60s. I asked my mom one time, when the first time you took me to a Black college game? And she said you were 3 years old. Now, you know, I talk about, I'm not a graduate of FAMU, but you know, I'm from South Georgia. So yes, I saw Jay Gaither. They wasn't wearing no, and listen, I was 7 and 8 years old, and they weren't wearing the same helmet, and they weren't wearing the same uniform. Okay, everybody was dressed out right. When Tennessee State would come, wasn't nobody wearing the same helmet and wasn't nobody wearing the same uniform. Now I took exception with that because I thought that he was besmirching and maligning. I thought that he was besmirching and maligning the character of historic Black college football. But put that aside, I think he's a hell of a coach, man. And like I said, I think he got some Bear Bryant in him. I do. Now, I want to know your thoughts on what's this guy's ceiling, man. Now, the other thing I do say, Mr. Campbell, and I tell Timona this all the time, what Jackson is doing is that he's auditioning because Jackson is trying to go FBS. And I think he's going to get there. He's going to get there. But he knows that in order for him to move to FBS like Jerry Mack has done and all of that, he's got to be dominant in the SWAC. And I'm going to be honest with you, I think the guy's going to be dominant. You know, today we had this little, you know, at my school, it's a SWAC, you know, we got my assistant principal, FAMU. I got all kind of Southern people, Tennessee State people, Jack, you know, that's our faculty. So we were talking today, and this lady, she was a JAG, she from Southern, and we brought up Prairie View, and the first thing she said, all I remember was they lost about 80 straight games. And I said, but baby, look here, that's history. I said, they the defending SWAC champions, and they might do it again. That's history. Okay, yeah, they lost 80 straight games and all of that, but hey, baby, that's history. Listen, we talking about today. So I'm going to ask you again, Mr. Campbell, what do you see as this guy's ceiling? Because I think that the sky's the limit for the guy. I really do.
Well, let me say this. Coach Jackson's a friend of mine. We talk. He's a mentee of Coach Cole. And, you know, of course, we have a lot of conversations a lot of people don't hear about with Coach Jackson. But I'm going to say this, and I mean this. Coach Jackson's focus is Prairie View right now. That's his focus. He's not one of those people. Now, I'll tell you, now, Coach, Willie was looking ahead. It wasn't no doubt about it. That's no disrespect to Willie, but Willie is younger. You know, he was younger. He had a look. Yeah. But I think that with Tremaine Jackson, I think his thing is he wants to make his statement in the SWAC, and then whatever happens. If somebody comes and offers him, then so be it. But I think he definitely has his focus because I think, first of all, he hasn't won the championship yet, Mr. Ford. So I don't think he's one of those guys to act like that, you know, I can be this. Because hey man, listen, there's only one person in the conference right now that's won a championship. That's TC Taylor. TC Taylor. So he hasn't eclipsed TC yet. Now, is he a great coach? Absolutely. Can he win a championship at Prairie View? Of course, he should because it's Texas. And he's a great coach. So I think my honest answer is that I think we have talked to Coach Jackson more than anybody else on and off the camera. And his thing is, I'm trying to make my mark at Prairie View. Make my mark at Prairie View, and then we'll see what happens. I tell you what, now if they win the Celebration Bowl, then you ask me this again when we sit down to dinner with it like we did last time, and I'll let you know.
Man,
hey Campbell. Hey Campbell.
Yeah,
I want to thank you all for giving me an opportunity to the 2 times you had him on the show last year for getting an opportunity to ask him a question, calling in, be able to talk to him, and he's quite the person, you know, what he says as advertised. When I talked to him, and you know, I was just asking questions. I was just telling, just looking at what his body of work, and it paid off. And look at what happened.
But now, Mr. Campbell, is it the truth that he applied for the Florida A&M job twice? Is that a myth or is that the truth?
No. And that's part of the record. So yes, he applied, and and the funny thing about it is he applied, and this is when, and I'll say this again, this is why you got to have a great AD. And you got to have an AD that knows the landscape, because it would have been a no-brainer, because everybody that was inside of FAMU had the list. And like I said, and I know, let me say this, nothing against Coach Gibbs, but Coach Gibbs was not the guy to be the coach of FAMU. But when that train started moving, everybody else that was qualified never got a chance. And then once everybody else started making moves, then we were stuck, unfortunately, with Coach Colsey. But yeah, he applied, and it was I'm not telling no secret, because you can go look at the Florida Sunshine Laws and see who applied. Van Malone applied for the job. It's people from Jack State applied for the job. And so everybody, and where they should, there ain't no disrespect to where they're at. It's Florida A&M University.
Right. Oh yeah.
Well, since now while we're here, we're about to go ahead and get this preview going with Jackson State football. First and foremost, 9-3. What Coach O said to me on at Media Day, 9-3 was a good season, but in his eyes, it was a failure.
Right.
Because in his eyes, they supposed to reach the pinnacle. You're supposed to go back to the Celebration Bowl. But hey man, Prairie View clipped us by 2. When you watch that game, it was some things where I saw in the game where we could have had where we could have exploited the defense. But even when Jacoby and Morgan went out of the game, we were, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't like we were getting blown out.
So let me throw a question at Mr. Campbell. Now, Mr. Campbell, right off the top of your head, with no studying, just give me an answer. If Jackson State and Alabama State played tonight, who would be your winner? Who would you pick?
Let me answer this way. Who better win? Because if they don't, it's going to be Alabama State better win.
Okay.
That's the answer, because they're in a position, and in the last, before you understand and see, I always have to tell people this, because back in that before our day, before the Celebration Bowl, there were teams that had to win the championship, right?
Right.
But in this Celebration Bowl era, there's been only 3 teams that had to win it, and 2 of them did, and 1 of them didn't. So Alabama State is that next school up. It is their time. They've got the Player of the Year. They've got all the big games at home. They've got Coach Eddie Roberts, who's a great coach. They got that defense locked and loaded. So this is a Celebration Bowl or bust. FAMU was Celebration Bowl or bust. Their Celebration Bowl or bust. That Dion team that second year was Celebration Bowl or bust. And that's it.
Doc, let me throw one more question at Mr. Campbell. Mr. Campbell, now the Celebration Bowl is 10 years old. Southern University has never been there. Alcorn has been 3 times. Alcorn's budget is probably, Southern's budget is probably, athletic budget is probably 3 times larger than Alcorn. Why is it that Southern has never been to the Celebration Bowl?
Okay, well, I'll ask you a better question. Since the Celebration Bowl, how many coaches does Southern have?
A lot of
that's your answer.
Oh, man.
That's your answer.
They've
had almost as many coaches at Celebration Bowls.
Politics.
So that's the problem. Now, can Southern win it? We all agree that Southern, once again, they're in Louisiana. It's Southern University. They should be able to get players. But until they figure out that coach and be consistent, and we'll see with Marshall Faulk, we'll say, hey, listen, they got a staff. They gave all that money to Marshall Faulk. Guess what?
Yeah.
Nobody's going to give Southern a pass. Nobody's going to feel sorry for Southern. Jack State, you think Jack State's going to feel sorry for Southern?
No,
you think Gramblin's going to feel sorry?
8 times in a row. That's what we're looking for.
So, and FAMU damn sure not going to feel sorry for him. Because nobody cares that Marshall Faulk is the coach. So that's on Southern. So that's the problem. So when the Southern people do the talking and things like this in this new era, there's nothing for them to talk about. They got to win.
Yeah, it's in the same, like you said, it's in the same realm as Alabama State. Like you pick to win, you pick to win the East. You got the best player in the conference on your team at quarterback. And like you said, if you don't get it done, that seat is going to, it's going to get hot because
it gets hot quickly
because you got big expectations.
Oh man, there's something.
Well, you know what? But Mr. Ford, you know what I'm curious about. I'm curious about. And I know a lot of Alabama State people, but I'm gonna tell you what I'm intimately know. See, at FAMU, Coach Simmons didn't hide the fact that FAMU was on his ass about going to that Celebration Bowl.
Right.
He said it. He went over there. What's the dude from Louisville? He went on the show. He said, "I'm letting you know. We got to win this thing." At Jackson State, T.C. Taylor had been there just for 1 year, and they was cutting up. And T.C. Taylor like, "Oh, wait a minute. I'm going to show y'all I got to win this thing." Because those are the type of programs that the expectation are. Now, I'm curious about, and like I said, Eddie Robinson is my guy. He's an 88 guy. So that's my guy.
Oh, yeah.
Are the Alabama State people like that? Are they like, hey, man, we got Jack State coming here. We got Prairie View coming here. FAMU has got a new coach. We got to run the table. We need to be in Atlanta. That's what I'm curious about. But I'm telling you this, if it was FAMU or Jackson State, people already buying their tickets to Atlanta because they would have that much confidence.
Right.
So I'm curious about the Alabama State people. I should be able to talk to Alabama State people. Oh, yeah, I got my hotel rooms already for Celebration Bowl.
Mm-hmm. Doc, can I ask Mr. Campbell another question? Can I ask Mr. Campbell another question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, Mr. Campbell, this is what I've been espousing. You probably heard me, and I want to hear your thoughts on it. I have been saying that I would like to see the SWAC and the MEAC merge with the addition of 2 more teams, which would give us a 20-team league. That idea has been shot down by a lot of people, and I want to hear your thoughts on that, about the MEAC and the SWAC merging under Dr. Charles McClellan and adding 2 more teams to make a 20-team league. What's your thoughts on that?
Well, here's the thing. If you do that, then remember the fallout, then you don't have technically a Celebration Bowl anymore, right? So that means
you would still have the Celebration Bowl. I'm just saying, bring all the teams under one umbrella.
Yeah, but I understand it. But listen to what it is. Then you're just having the SWAC 1 playing SWAC 2. I don't know if it gives the same thing as conference versus conference. To me, if you're doing that, that means you're saying, you know what, we're going to reset and we're going to go into FCS playoffs. And we're going to go try to win the damn thing as a conference. So that's to me. So my only thing.
The main reason.
Wait a minute. And let me tell you this. I think Dr. McClellan is greedy. I think he don't want to share with nobody else. I don't think he has I don't think he has any need or want to merge with the MEAC. I think he is very greedy, and I'm saying this as a positive. And I think he likes the SWAC the way it is. And I think for him, the way he's building the brand, SWAC TV, getting rev shares of other things I know that they're working on, there's no value to him other than to help, which that's not his job, to help the MEAC. So no, I don't see. I understand your point. But to me, that the values of Celebration Bowl, that means we need to focus on FCS playoffs. And I don't think Dr. McClellan really cares about the MEAC. I think he's totally
let me say that. But Mr. Campbell, here's why I'm thinking that way. If you do not merge the SWAC and the MEAC with the lack of leadership from the commissioner's office in the MEAC is going to go the way of the dinosaur. All it takes over the MEAC right now is for one of them schools to get mad and pull out, and the MEAC is finished. And so that's why I'm saying the SWAC has to give a lifeboat or a life raft to the MEAC, because right now the MEAC has no leadership.
No, wait a minute. No, wait a minute. No, wait, hold on now. The conference is a business. What is a better business move? Now, I'm going to give you a perfect example. Look at what happened with the Pac-12.
Right.
It was easy for everybody to start picking them up once they were gone. So if to your point,
once they didn't agree to that media rights deal.
You're right. So if I'm Charles McClellan, Dr. McClellan, I would rather have that for them to disband and then me pick and choose who I want, because I'm gonna be honest with you.
Okay.
Do you think he don't want? Wait a minute, hold on, Mr. Ford. Do you really think? Let's be honest, that he wants Delaware State in the SWAC?
That don't even look right.
No, of course not. And that's nothing against Delaware State. It doesn't. Now, South Carolina, would he look at it and say, you know what, South Carolina looks good? Because now he has the same footprint as the SEC. Because that's all. The SEC ain't nothing but a copy of the SWAC. You had that. So to answer your question, no, I think he would rather for it to crash and burn, and he pick up the great pieces like South Carolina State and North Carolina A&T and North Carolina Central, because the rest of them, I don't see why he would want them.
But now, let me say this, Mr. Campbell. I visited the campus of Norfolk State, and it reminds me of Southern University. I think Norfolk State would be a great addition.
But I'm asking, but wait a minute. So this goes back to my point. Looks good and plays good are two different things.
Right.
South Carolina State is a blue blood.
Right.
It is a blue blood program that a lot of people in the SWAC don't know that, but they are. They got 4 Hall of Famers. They got a bunch of national championships. They have won an FCS playoff game. South Carolina State has the pedigree. Norfolk State is just a pretty girl without a resume, Mr. Ford.
They're basketball.
They're the basketball than for football. You just look at the numbers as far as what they do in football. I mean basketball than what they do in football. What, you only had 6 winning seasons in football at Norfolk State in your whole existence as a football program? Nah, I don't think Dr. McClellan wants that. But like, because I'm gonna say it like this. It's the old saying that my granddaddy used to tell us: money talks, bullshit walks. so that's what he used to say. But I got to get back to this Jackson State thing, man, because we got to talk about this preview. We got Jared Lockhart, man. We got a little Jared Lockhart coming back in and starting. He's going to be a starting quarterback. He had over 1,100 yards passing, a little bit over 150 yards rushing. Took over in a time where you had Jacoby Moore either was hurt or he sat out a game or two just because it might have been an easier opponent. You have pretty much your key wide receiver in Jonas Portillion coming back off an injury. You got Nate Rimba coming back in for his 5th year at Jackson State. Kobe Powell is coming off an injury. He's in his 6th year. You still have Jesse Riley at tight end. Like, you still have some of those receiving weapons that's been there for like the last 2 years that are coming back. But the only issue is other than Chico Valbuena at center and at right tackle, Quay Davis coming at right tackle, who's going to be filling in the other 3 spots on the offensive line. So those are my key questions that I have right there. Who's going to fill that offensive the holes in for the offensive line? As far as running back, of course, we saw Ahmad Miller had over 1,000 yards. You had Travis Terrell had over 600 yards rushing, and you had Mario Davenport had over 600 yards of rushing last season. Davenport, his eligibility had exhausted. Travis Terrell is at Purdue in the Big Ten now, and Ahmad Miller made his way up there to Syracuse in the ACC. But now we got a bevy of running backs. Yeah, we got a bevy of running backs that's pretty much going to be vying for that starting running back spot. And I don't know if they're going to do, as far as a primary running back, or they're going to do by committee. But whoever comes out of fall camp has the top as the top man to tote the rock. I just feel like they're gonna go with that, and I think it's still gonna be running back by committee. On the defensive side, I'm gonna be honest with you. That's where I had my little scare at, because defensive wise, we lose the whole defensive line from last season, the starting defensive line from last season.
Yo, load on defense.
You lose your top 3 tacklers at linebacker from last year, and then in the defensive backfield, you lose a couple of corners and safety. But and we all know how TC Taylor and Coach O, how they do it. They don't cry over spilled milk. They just sit back, see what's out there, and they reload. First and foremost, how many people in Holmes County is like that? Because I just found out from my man O.C. Williams over at Tuskegee that Terrence Hibbler is his cousin. and his cousin, their cousin is Jeremiah Witt.
Jeremiah Witt, yeah.
Doc, let me ask you this question. What do you say to these people who saying that this team coming up is TC's most talented team he's had since he's been head coach at Jackson State? Do you agree or disagree, and tell us why? Why not?
Let me say I can agree a little bit, but I disagree, because in 24, that the most talented team was in 24, because he had depth on both sides of the ball. They were loaded. Even when you lose your top 2, your top 2 wide receivers from that year, you turn around and you get a Jonas Fortillion that comes in. You get Isaiah Spencer that can go out there and make plays. Even with Jency coming off an injury, you still get him that can actually go out there and run block and be a viable pass catch option for the QB. And as far as running back go, I mean, you have Herb Mulligan.
Herb Mulligan, oh man, he's quite a back, man.
Herb Mulligan that year when he hit what, 5 games that year with over 150 yards or more in 5 straight games. I don't think anybody can duplicate that right there. That type of 5-game span right there. But this season, we look at it. I don't want to say that it reminds me of 24, because I don't want to relive in the past because the past is the past, because that team was special right there. Because
Doc, let me ask this question then, Doc. Mm-hmm. Will this 26th edition of Jackson State, will this be an offensive-led team? Will this be a defensive-led team? Or will this be a balanced team? Which one will it be?
I think balance.
Okay, tell us why.
It's going to be more balanced, because if you look at the way that TC has been coaching this team, as far as when it comes to offensive wise, he I mean, he wish he could have a 3,000. I mean, we wish we had a 3,000 yard passer, right? But it just ain't in the cards like that because when you look at it, he came up with, his coach was Big Daddy Carson.
Right.
Oh yeah,
His
Big
offensive
Daddy.
coordinator when he played was John Shannon.
Right.
Oh, John Shannon, offensive coordinator.
So when you look at that, he was more like we had 2,500 yard passes in Grayling and Mark Washington, and then you turn around, you get Superman Robert Kent, where before that he the first one who threw for over 3,000 yards in a season for Jackson State. But you also get it to where we also had running backs like Destry Wright and Nate McLaurin and all those guys. What's the other running back that played with? I want to say Ricky. Was it Ricky Jordan or
Ricky Jordan was the quarterback.
Quarterback.
He played for W.C. Gordon.
Was it back in the 90s? Mr. Campbell.
Lewis Tillman.
Lewis Tillman.
Lewis Tillman from the 80s.
Yeah,
Lewis Tillman played with Buster Butler. Tim Barnett.
I watched him play.
Yeah, I know this when he.
I watched Tillman play. Bro, Walter Payton's record on the Grammy.
But that reminds me of the things that we had like that,
right,
where we're just going to be balanced. And then defensive wise, I just think, look, we just going to go out there and try to dominate everything, especially now that Coach Quinn, even though he's the defensive coordinator, and also he still does work with the DBs, he can focus more on being the DC and call it the blitz packages and the 2, 3, 4, 5 man fronts, that he can focus more on that. And the thing about it is with the defense is that when you look at the defense from last season to this season was attrition, because our defensive wise, we started out the season injured. Jeremiah Williams didn't come back until like the second or third game of the season.
Yeah, I know. I remember he was injured.
Well, Doc, can I ask you this question? Doc?
Mm-hmm. Hey, Mr. Ford, hold on before you do that.
Go ahead.
Yeah, no, real quick. Mr. Ford, listen. We need to have a support agreement because you need to be shared with all your kids, okay? So I know that Doc and them got y'all on papers, but you need to come see the rest of your kids down the street. You need to come see us, okay? So you got an open invitation.
Okay.
George's going on sipping on Sundays.
I listen.
Don't let other kids not see the rest of your kids now.
I listen. I listen to you.
No. We need you come on there with Johnny Cole, and we need you come on with me and Zoe, okay? So
listen. And I talked to Coach Cole and his brother after the Jackson State win over South Carolina State in the celebration. When my friends and I, when we walked out, we sit on South Carolina State side. We walked out and we talked to LC, and he said, that's Johnny. Johnny was right behind it. We were actually looking for Teddy Keaton because we all Clark graduates. And listen, Teddy Keaton had led us to 8 or 9 wins. We hadn't had 8 or 9 wins in 45 years. So we wanted to tell him, thank you so much. But he had gone, so we talked to LC and Johnny. Yeah.
Okay.
That was after
that's my birthday.
Yeah.
So, appreciate you always watching. Doc, I'm still gonna love you. We good and everything. Yeah. But listen, it's Friday night. I gotta go. Thick 36 just walked in. I'm out of town.
Oh, yeah, man.
She's looking at me like, get off that damn YouTube because you gotta take me to dinner. So
I know that's right.
I will see y'all. We got Ted. There's no sipping on Sunday this Sunday. We got Ted White from Howard on HBCU Coach.
Ted White.
Yeah.
So we got him on. So like I said, y'all come on, and then I don't know when we're doing sipping on. It'll be Monday or Tuesday. I think we got somebody else on Monday because I'm trying to get the coaches out of the way. But Doc, I appreciate you having me on, Mr. Ford. I appreciate you listening to us. Yeah, and everybody in chat, I love all y'all. Y'all my
all
people.
Right, Campbell.
36, I got to go. So I'm out.
All right, Campbell. Have a great weekend, man.
But Doc, let me ask you this question, man, before you go ahead and follow. And you can't say all of them. You got to pick one. Now, the biggest game for Jackson State, is it the homecoming against FAMU? Is it the first game against Tennessee State? Is it Jackson State coming to Montgomery to play Alabama State? What's the biggest game of the year? You got to pick one. What's the biggest game? Don't tell me all up. I want to pick one.
I mean, homecoming is homecoming. The first game is first game because we ain't played them in some years. But that game against Bama State, November the 14th, is going to tell us was it November 14th, November the 7th? Yeah. One of them days. One of them days. Down in Montgomery is going to tell us everything about both teams, and it's going to say how. It's going to tell us also who can outlast the longest when that game get ready to come up. So I'm looking at it as I'm gonna go with the Bama State game because for one, it folks at Jackson State, y'all disrespecting us. Y'all disrespecting us because you picked Alabama State to win the East, and
I see Melanade's in the comments. Alabama State guy, Melanade righteous.
That's my man. That's my dog.
What's up, man?
Hit him up. But you got Alabama State. Y'all pick Alabama State to run the table in the East, and of course everybody picked Prairie View to run the table in the West. But dang, can y'all give some boys a love up in here? Can y'all give us some love up in here? Like for real. We just try to, we just here. We just chilling. We over here chilling on 1400 J.R. Lynch Street and minding our own business, and we just get hit with disrespect like Rodney Dangerfield.
Oh, Rodney Dangerfield. Oh, I get no respect. Oh,
I get no respect. But I'm a think. I think it's gonna be Bama State. It's gonna be Bama State.
I agree with you.
But the other game I'm gonna talk about, because it's still a preview, is that Grambling game.
Oh man. And they could have the worst team in the world. They find a way to beat Jackson State. It drove me each time. I'm right here in the area, but I watched them play, and you have every time you look at them, you have a WTH moment. But they find a way to beat you all, Doc. I don't know what it is about them. It's a strange program.
I don't know either, but that's a school right there.
Yeah.
That look, I can't take nothing away from Grambling because they are 20-some games above us. They own us. It's what's the series? It's 40, was it 45, 46, or 47, something like that, 47 games for Grambling compared to the 25 for us. And I know it's a couple of ties up in there before, they got rid of having ties in college football. But
yeah.
But we just gotta try to get some respect up in there. And don't get me wrong, when it comes to Grambling, that beating us the last couple of years gave Mickey Joseph his contract extension.
Yeah.
So
they told me, get rid of Mickey. I heard it so much around here. I'm right here in the area. I was hearing that so much, and all of a sudden, the way the season came out, that's why I couldn't understand why they lost the Bayou Classic. And that's another WTH moment. That wasn't even the best Southern team.
But the last couple of years, Southern ain't really had a good team anyway, and still
they find a way in the Bayou Classic.
And beating the Bayou Classic, and that's
and that's just Fred McNair coaching. Yeah,
that's just crazy though.
Yeah, that's crazy work.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
and had that Trey Holly and what's that guy named Remo? That running back
Yeah,
Barry
Barry
Remo. Barry Remo, they let loose in that game, man. Last year.
But let's see. I mean, but the first game is always going to be the one that we're going to look at because when you think about it, it's against a long time rival. We have history with each other. It's going to be on their turf this year instead of at a neutral site, and then again next year it's going to be on our turf in Mississippi. So when you look at it, like I'm looking at with Tennessee State, it's gonna be a sellout crowd because the way, from what I'm hearing, the way that the tickets are selling now, it's gonna be sold out.
Yeah,
You're gonna have 35, 40. You're probably gonna have 40,000 up in there, Mr. Ford.
Oh yeah. Now
Jackson
this is that
State,
Grambling,
Texas
right?
State. Oh,
No,
No, I'm talking
you talking about in
Tennessee State.
Nashville?
Yeah, in
Oh
Nashville.
yeah. Yeah, that's the way
Hey,
it should be that way. I mean, you're talking about two iconic HBCUs, Tennessee State against Jackson. That should be 50,000 easy.
Mm-hmm.
Hey Doc. Speaking of Tennessee State, that evening when the Uproar radio was on YouTube when Cedric Thornton came on there, it's getting, man, a lot of people been talking about it. What happened? My comment came up because they welcomed me. And I was checking in. They're my comment up on the screen. Yeah, because I watched it live. It was Reno Thompson is the moderator. He's a former Tennessee State player. And Shannon Harris was on there as well. It was three of them on there. And Cedric Thornton, I heard him live when he was talking, and then that's when I found out about Dr. Mickey Allen being put on administrative leave right after they got finished talking to him. Yeah.
Go ahead, Mr. Ford.
Yeah, I didn't mean to
No,
interrupt you.
I was just saying it should be. To me, I think that should be 50,000. When you're talking about Tennessee State and Jackson getting together on a Saturday night in Nashville, that's 50,000. Yeah, the only reason I'm not going to be there is because I got to stay here in Atlanta and watch that Alabama A&M Howard game.
And Howard, yeah.
Because I want to see what both of them look like. But if it were not for that, I'd be up there with my niece up there at that game at Dudley Field on the campus of Vanderbilt University.
Yeah, they did some work on that stadium. At
I think it holds 40 now, 40 or 45. I'd have to look it up. Yeah, but it's going to be great. That's going to be epic. Like I said, Nashville is one of the top cities in the South. Okay,
yeah.
You own a college campus. Twice. You're in a college a college stadium. Oh, you can't ask for it. Because I don't like that Nissan Stadium. The best one for Tennessee State to play in is Vanderbilt Commodore Stadium at Dudley Field. That's the one for a college game. Yeah.
I think that that was when I thought about it, when they released the preseason schedule and everybody said, well, the Bears are supposed to be playing the Titans at Nissan Stadium. Oh, okay. Move that shit over to Vanderbilt. I know that's
that's what I'm saying. I thought it was great. Because see, when I was, back in the 70s, when we were going to see FAMU and Tennessee State, they always played on the campus of Vanderbilt. And those were some epic games. Man, there was some epic. And then when they would come to Tallahassee, they would play at Doak Campbell. They would play at Florida State Stadium.
That was during Rudy Hubbard years.
Yeah, the Rudy Hubbard era. It was the first one I went to. I was 9th grade. That was in 74. The next one was 76. And then the next one, I was a freshman at Clark. That was 78. They played on the campus of Florida State at Doak Campbell.
Oh yeah, He had some. That's when they had Ike Williams, Tyrone McGriff, and Albert Chester, and all those guys.
Oh yeah, that's them guys. That's it. That was a class. Yeah. Those guys that won 2 national championships. They won it in 77 and in 78. 77, they went undefeated.
Yeah, I used to work with McGriff's wife at Sears when Sears was open. Yeah, Barbara.
And then let's see, we get the second game of the season, which will be again, it's the Hope Labor Day Classic in Jackson against Edward Waters. Your man Brian Jenkins coming back inside of the SWAC. With, Waters team that's poised to win the SIAC this season.
Yeah.
Listen, them people at Morgan State need to be vetting that guy at Edward Waters. That guy could lead that Morgan State program. The guy that won the MEAC 4 times. They need to be looking at this guy.
Because Morgan State is upgrading that. They really upgraded their campus.
Listen,
I know that president
Morgan State is in the same position that Prairie View was in when they had Bubba McDowell. Somebody decided to bring in Tremaine Jackson. That's what they got to do at Morgan State. They got to have an AD that will bring in Brian Jenkins. They're a sleeping giant. Morgan State is a sleeping giant.
Yeah. Then of course we have the WC Gordon Classic with Tuskegee coming back into Jackson. Which is
I've attended that Gordon class when they played Grambling.
A 3-year deal with Tuskegee. And then after that, we start our SWAC schedule with Southern.
Southern, okay. Hey, now you know what that one's gonna be. the two arch rivals.
And so when you look at that, it's like, hey, we going for win number 8, or can Southern pull it out? Because now this game ain't this is, even though it's a cross division matchup, this counts in the standards, y'all. So
and hopefully it's a 50,000 for that one also.
I'm gonna see this. I think with Southern, I'm gonna be honest with you. With Southern, I think it has the fans are gonna travel if they are able to win at least 2 games up to that point, and they feel like
it don't matter as long as it's Southern and Jackson. They gonna travel. They gonna travel.
Yeah, those two.
They don't have to win no games. They gonna be there. That's Marshall Falk's first time as a head coach at the Vet. They gonna be there. They gonna be there.
Oh yeah,
they gonna be there. They coming, man. But let me tell you something. This whole thing of Southern traveling, that goes back 80 years. Southern has always traveled.
Oh man, they bring crowd.
Yeah.
I've seen it in the past, and I know about Jackson State. And, yeah.
So we got some. I mean, this season for Jackson State is gonna be that season. Gonna be the season we feel like it's gonna make. We gonna make some. This is the season we gonna make some noise. We just got to get over that hump with Grambling. And we just got to not look ahead, like some other schools saying that they gonna go back and win the West. We don't even know if they gonna win at least 3 games in they first 4 games of the season. But I digress. This season,
EA and Crook going at it. I'm just looking at it. Keep on going.
And that's the thing. Just hope Southern gonna be over 500 when they come to the Vet. If they 2-1, I could deal with that. So yeah, man, it's gonna be this season is going to be a very, very interesting one. And for those that say that if Grambling beats Jackson State again, that TC is out of there, you are sorely mistaken, because
who they going to replace him with? I'm like, hey.
That's mental illness. Yeah. If they talk about because he loses, that's mental illness.
That is. There a lot of schools be glad to have TC Taylor. Yeah.
I mean, if you gonna get rid of him,
man. That guy.
I mean, he got to lose to Southern some years. He got to lose to Alcorn some years. I mean, he lost to Alcorn a year. lost to Alabama State 1 year, but lost to FAMU 1 year. But other than that, the man has ran through the whole SWAC. He ran rush out.
Yeah, he's a great coach.
I don't know. I don't know how the bad juju when we played Grambling. I mean, last year playing them in Vegas was interesting, but
a lot of people from here went to Vegas. From Monroe, a guy in my neighborhood, he flew out to Vegas to the game. He's retired from paper mill here.
But it's a different season now. Let's see how this goes. So I'm always gonna think, and I hope that's the mindset of the team. Also, think 1-0, do it 1-0 every week. We can go ahead and continue to talk about some other stuff. We got I just got something that came on my Twitter feed that the Soto ISD has no certified athletic trainers on staff as football, volleyball season nears. Students and parents voiced their displeasure at a school board meeting on Monday.
With all that money y'all got in Texas, you ain't got the personnel. All that money in Texas.
That's just the Soto. That's the district.
Take the words right my mouth, Mr. Ford. I was about to ask Doc about that.
I don't care for the Soto. Now I care for the kids that the kids play. I don't care for. That's the rival. But this sounds like what does this sound like to us in the SWAC? This sounds like when
Alcorn.
In that situation, they didn't have trainers.
That
was during the pandemic.
Hey, Doc, I done enjoyed it. I got to get ready to go to bed, man.
All right, Mr. Ford.
Yeah, y'all have a good night now.
All right, have a great weekend.
Okay, have a great one now. Bye-bye.
Okay. Yeah, it is 9:50. Yeah, it's almost 10 there. Yeah. Where he is.
The Soto has no certified athletic trainers.
Man, that's strange. Man. Gosh.
Yeah, man. Government squeezing public schools, like.
Yeah, you're right. You're right, Hawkins.
Yeah, the governor wants school choice, and
that's what's happening here in Louisiana with Jeff Landry. Same thing, man. Just like Abbott in Texas.
But yeah, I hope they get that done because it would be a real disservice to those kids, especially to their football teams, since they can't, coming off of a state championship.
You got Claude Mathis as head coach there.
Yeah, Claude's still the head coach.
Man, he was playing at it's now Texas State when it was Southwest Texas. He was running back at there back when I was at McNeese at the time, back in the 90s. I remember Claude Mathis.
Mm-hmm.
He was a great running back. Yeah.
So we'll see, since now that the that this judge done order she ordered the NCAA to declare the eligible class of 2022 athletes. The floodgate's about to open up. So whoever came out of 2022 on the football field, whoever came out in 2022, you are able to go, and I guess you could petition to get an extra year.
I heard about that. I saw it on the news today.
Yeah, just about a couple of hours ago, right before we got on.
Yeah, they've been talking about it. Okay.
But yeah, we got some other things. The the debate for the bonnets and do-rags at
Oh,
Tuskegee
Tuskegee.
is still going
Tuskegee.
on.
Tuskegee and Howard that's been making the news. Those two schools.
Okay, so it's bigger for basketball. Okay. I feel like some players feel like they can actually.
How do you feel about that at Tuskegee, Doc? He brought that up.
I don't see no issue with it.
Yeah, I was wondering. Yeah, that's what. Hey, when my parents came along at Grammy, that's why I said, look, that's what they dressed up, doing things and all. That was in the '60s, and yeah, that's what it allowed me to do.
I don't see no issue with it. Doc, you said Texas has a 92 and higher temperature rule also. So it's a little vague. I would say yay and nay, because I'll tell you this. Most schools nowadays have where you can they have those indoor facility. Either you got an indoor facility or like a practice shed that you can.
That's what Western High has at practice shed.
Open.
Western High has it as well here.
Open air practice shed, but
Graham's getting indoor facility built over there.
Yeah, I've seen the construction.
Yeah, that's going to help because this was 90-something here today in Monroe, Louisiana.
But when it comes to practice, most teams practice early in the morning. They practice before the sun come up, and then
and the band, they've been having band practices early in the morning as well, football and bands.
Yeah, and then late in the evening, they don't really practice in the evening. They pretty much do like workout, and then they probably practice in the evening. Like I said, if you got an indoor practice facility and stuff like that, they'll practice in the afternoon and stuff. But if you just outside, they're not going to do it like that. It's like
Wasserman High School has an indoor. Wasserman High School has an indoor facility where the football team go in, probably be it real hot or rain. Yeah, they have. It's named after Pat Williams, by the way. I've got to put that out there to you, Doc. Named after Pat Williams. Yeah, they have weight room, and they have a half practice area.
Bruh, EA, it's Texas. It's Texas. Of course they got practice facilities inside. Steph Lake Curl got an indoor practice facility that
schools in Texas.
Some universities.
Yeah, that's why it's hard for these colleges to recruit some of these guys, because you trying to say I want them to come to this school, like it was HBCU. Like I look at someone trying to get somebody to come to Howard. They look at Howard State, and they're coming from schools like Texas. They look at it and said my high school look better than this. They're gonna look at it from that standpoint.
Nah, you good, man. When it came, so the SWAC championship game, Amari, the loss to Jackson State, when we lost that SWAC championship game, I wouldn't say it was just on coaching, but it was on both players and coaches. I think we should have more adjusted. We should have adjusted in the second half, to kind of let Lockhart get loose, because they was stopping the run. If you look at the game, if you go back and look at the game, Prairie View was stopping the run. They were doing the job they were supposed to do. They stopped the run. And they kept everything in front. But see, they kept everything in front, but they was playing, the DBs were playing deep.
Yeah.
So you basically you challenge them deep. And that's what we did. Like, if you look at it, the play where we they threw the bomb to Shamar Savage on the right sideline, challenged them deep. In fact, we went to it twice because we got a penalty the first time. The second time, he got the catch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, hey, EA, most of those schools that got indoor facilities are pretty much predominantly white schools, like in affluent, areas of the city here in Dallas or in Texas.
In those suburbs.
In the suburbs. But the inner city schools, they get it out the mud. They don't care.
Like a South Oak Cliff and all of them. Yeah, they
They don't care. They do not care. But
they can adjust to anything, man. They said, "Hey, look, we can adjust to any conditions." That's why it's so tough.
Oh yeah, man. We had over 100 folks up in here. I think we had over almost 120 some folks up in here. Man, make sure y'all give us the 50 likes up on this thing, and then also, man, make sure y'all donate to the cause. Cause hey, the bills don't pay itself. Make sure y'all donate to the cause. Y'all see it down there. Y'all see the ticker. It's going down. It's going across the bottom of the screen. You send it to Cash App, or you can send it to PayPal.
Hey Doc, while you're here, have you been having problems? I've been hearing a lot of people say they're having problems with and media said they're having problems that Marshall Falk don't want to talk to certain media people. I don't
know. I don't know. I don't care. The only time I'm gonna talk to him is during football season with on Monday mornings.
He acting like Trump, man. He doesn't like talk to certain people. Any of these people, they don't want to go to certain media people. But let things go awry. They will remember you and they will ride you. He might as well get ready. He in the HBCU world. He's not in that world anymore. And by the way, hey, you know how it is, how passionate people are in the HBCU world. He might as well get ready for it.
Oh, you better get ready for it.
Yeah.
You better get ready for it.
Yes.
So the next thing I'm raising money. I think I'm raising funds for is for Labor Day Classic in Jackson between see the Edward Waters. So hopefully I'll be able to, I already put in my credentials for media to work media at the stadium. So hopefully I should hear something back by sometime this week or maybe next. So I don't know. But
who you had to go before to get those credentials? Is it the guy with the swag?
For me? No, it's Travis.
Yeah. Oh, Travis Jerome. Okay.
Yeah, for Jackson State, it's Travis.
Okay.
For the swag is Andrew.
Andrew Robinson.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So we that's what's going on. So that's pretty much what it's gonna do. Because like I said, my producer is gonna tell y'all to donate to the cause. And she gonna make sure y'all donate to the cause too. So hopefully for Labor Day weekend, my mama go with me too. So she'll be at the game with me again. So
you have your mother able to go ahead. Yeah, I think my dad's trying to get his season tickets together for the Grambling games. You don't have We don't have that group in there that used to have you stay in touch with you, tell you that it's time for your season tickets. Now the way things going to seem like it's saying it's an AI situation now in the ticket offices around the country.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he has his parking pass because he said he can't do all that long walking. He always had a parking pass be close to the stadium. And both my parents have had their health challenges. Yeah.
Yeah. That man said he gonna play Alabama State at the Magic City Classic, even though it's supposed to be the Birmingham Classic.
What? Oh Lord. Their folk is very much out of touch. The only time he ever been around a black atmosphere is when he was in high school at George Washington Carver High School in the Ninth Ward in New Orleans. That's the only time he's ever been a black. What happened? That's the only time he's been around people from HBCUs that taught him and coached him. Wayne Reese played for John Merritt at Tennessee State. That's who developed him. May he rest in peace. And that's the only time he's been in the black world. He went to high school at George Washington Carver in New Orleans. He came out Desire Project.
Oh man, my mama
But after that,
because I need constant supervision. She gonna come because she gonna get tired of being around other folks in Dallas. That's the reason why she gonna try to get out of Dallas. I hope you know what. I hope so, because I want to see what I can do as far as with pictures or video, but I hope I can be up there. I know last year I didn't go because we was at our family reunion last year.
And by the way, I'm gonna tell you, the place Dookie Chase in New Orleans, Doc, that restaurant, well-known restaurant, Lil Chase.
Mm-hmm.
Lil and Dookie Chase. Yeah, by the way, Wayne Reese was that was Lil Dookie Chase's son-in-law. Yeah, he was their son-in-law, and yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, and he's married. Yeah, Wayne Reese is married to one of their daughters. Yeah, and now that they've passed on, the family are keeping that restaurant going in Tremay. Yeah, Reese married. He's married to their family.
Let's see. We got I think you know what. My next show. The next show is gonna be titled "Rough in the Swag."
Man,
and everybody is going to be invited.
Rough in the Swag, man. That's that platform.
Just like they do on the Facebook group.
Yeah, man. I've heard about it. I don't go in there.
Instead of being at work during the time. And using your Twitter and using your fingers, you can actually come up here and talk your noise. It is going to be open call.
I think that's what. Hey, I can imagine that's where EA and Crook hang out in Rough in the Swag. You all hang out in that, guys. I imagine that should be a big hangout. Rough in the Swag. Let me see.
Crook is
that their hangout.
Crook is a lifer in the Rough in the Swag group.
Crook and the EA and all of them.
But that's the next show, Rough in the Swag.
Rough in the Swag. Like I said, when they doing all this stuff, I'm at work, man. Oh Lord, I hear about this stuff.
I see what my schedule is tomorrow. Because I go in tomorrow morning at 7. I don't know why they got me going in at 7. And
you at CVS?
Mm-hmm.
That's where we at CVS here in Monroe. I even know people. That's where we get our medicine from. The CVS here in Monroe on Louisville Avenue here in Monroe, Louisiana. Know CVS quite well. Yeah, Monroe, Louisiana. They know my parents, and we come in there, CVS pharmacy.
Yo, what are you doing, Jared? Come on, bro. But I'm gonna go ahead and get out this thing because I do got to
All
get
right,
up.
man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
y'all.
my mother's still resting. I see she probably up a little. I want to eat something. I know on her birthday. Like I said, she hit 80 today, and glad to still have her. She had a health challenge. Both of them had health challenge. And with Dad and I, we had to watch for her.
Nah, that's cool though, man. That's good.
That's why I'm hearing this den. Just kind of be up here at the front, and watch things.
Let's get this to 100 likes. We already close to 60 likes right now. Let's get this to 100. Let's get this to 100 and share it with everybody. Yeah, swag beef. It's swag beef. It's swag beef for the next show. I think we're gonna do that either. I don't know about tomorrow, but we'll do that Sunday. If we do that
Swag
Sunday,
beef.
I have the whole crew up on here.
G is there. Is he that kind of stuff?
What's that?
Is G in there? Alcorn?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh man, that's gonna be interesting. And I imagine is Lionel said in there. I just want to see how that's all gonna be interesting. I'll watch that one.
PV folks up in there acting like they know something when they still smelling themselves. Anyway, man, that's
all
what's
right.
gonna be the show. Make sure y'all don't get the calls. Hey, you do that, saves the chat. Saves the chat. You do that. Cause it's gonna be rough up in here.
Oh yeah, I know you're gonna be the JSU people gonna be in there, and they're gonna have everybody. Oh gosh, that's gonna man.
Make sure you hit the likes. Make sure you hit the follow. Make sure you hit
Southern everybody. Yeah.
Make sure you hit the share. Make sure you hit the Cash App, and make sure you hit the PayPal, and make sure y'all tell Marshall Faulk that it's the Birmingham Classic and not the Magic City Classic against Alabama State.
Oh Lord, yeah, like I said, he's been in that world so much. He's only been in the Ninth Ward. That's it. That's the only black world he's been in.
So yeah, swag
Ninth
beef.
Ward in New Orleans.
It's gonna be. So make sure y'all tell a friend to tell a friend. I think that's gonna be on Sunday. If I ain't got to go to work Sunday, because I told them to take me off for Sunday because I want to go to church and then I want to come home and do this show.
He said go to church and come home do the show.
Yeah.
Okay. Want to worship the Lord and then come home do your show.
Boy, if I get crook on the panel, boy,
oh man,
that is gonna be fucking hilarious. That shit is going to be hilarious.
Ooh, get him and get somebody FAMU, Jackson State. Oh boy, they're gonna be going at it. Oh Lord, man.
Even Valley, I got to get some Pine Bluff people up in here. D-Lob, where you at?
Yeah, D-Lob, man.
But yeah, man, we're gonna get up out of here. Y'all be blessed, y'all be safe, hug your loved ones.
Have a great weekend.
And make sure that you tell Marshall Faulk to pick a blue. I don't know which blue, any blue, pick a blue. Crash out on your kids and beat them out the penitentiary. We are up out of here. Appreciate y'all for joining us tonight. Be easy, baby.
All right, you all take care. Have a great weekend. Be safe and stay cool.